It was toward evening by the time we reached Chickahominy Reservoir, but we're going to go down and try it and see if there's a big fish down there that'll bite. I had one on for a while, but unfortunately he figured out a way to get loose, and so I didn't catch any that evening. The wind was blowing a good clip, but at least it wasn't cold, but it was working up fairly nice waves on Chickahominy Reservoir. My fish line has become all messed up. Somehow somebody's got it caught up in the works on my reel, and so I've got to pull in what line I had out by hand and take the reel apart and fix it up again to where it'll once again work. Fortunately, it was a nice warm evening, and so I could sit there pretty comfortably and fix my fish pole, and it had to be fixed before I could even make another cast. Meanwhile, Marge's pole is working just fine, and so I'll get mine in and fix the reel, and maybe by that time she'll have caught a fish. The wind didn't let up till right after the sunset, when it finally let up, and it was blowing pretty hard up until then. I was so involved with fixing my fish pole and getting the line back on right that I forgot to watch what Marge was doing, and pretty soon I look over there, and here she is, pulling in a nice trout out of the choppy waters of Chickahominy Reservoir, and it looks like a nice bright one. I was a little worried about the trout here. Usually by the first part of June they get to the point where they're feeding on algae pretty much exclusively, and they don't bite very well. And if you would happen to catch one when they're feeding on that algae like that, the meat is real white colored, and you really couldn't stand the smell of it, and they taste terrible. So when they get to that point, we just quit fishing for them. The fish that Marge caught was real bright and chromy colored, and the meat was real pink in it. So it was a good one, and we didn't have to worry about it not tasting good, but we cooked it and ate it later, and it was absolutely excellent eating. When they get to the point where they're eating that algae, their meat turns white and they get skinny and soft, and so we just quit fishing for them when they get to that point. And I've got one on here. Boy, he's... We camped that night in the campground, and then the next morning at first
getting ready to bait up again. Try it. I got a little water power bait here. And I'll just shove it right onto my hook. Form a little pretty little ball. Form a pretty little ball there, like that. just jumped here, but
I at first thought that Marge was really lucky to catch fish this time of year that were still bright and the meat was pink and they were good eating. But that was only on the other end of the reservoir. And maybe it was only that one fish, because mine was pretty terrible smelling and not very good eating. So if we can't eat them, we're not going to fish for them. The ducks don't seem to be worried much about the condition of the water. They're still out here feeding away in the early morning lights on Chickahominy Reservoir. An old grebe paddles by here on his quest to get him some breakfast caught in the first light.
looks like a common grebe. Paddling by. He'll probably be diving pretty soon.
I took my eyes off that old grebe for just a second, and when I looked back to see what he was doing, he was gone. And they dive down under the water, and they swim for quite a distance underwater in their quest for insects or small anything they can eat.
The wind's blowing that algae down here on this end, and so the fish just plain aren't biting here. So we're going to go on.
Since we're not catch and release fishermen, we're using power bait, it's really difficult to release them without harming them, although you can just cut the hook off and let them dissolve.
How long did it take you to catch him?
I caught him my first cast, but we haven't caught any since, so we're not going to fool around here any longer.
Nice looking fish you got. How long is your fish?
He's 18 and a half.
It's a nice fish.
Okay.
My favorite color of roses.
Whoops. Here, hold them up and I'll get a picture of the...
Huh?
I'll get a picture of the blossoms.
Yeah. These are really pretty.
There's a bud.
There's a bug on that one.
These are what my grandma used to have, and she called it her double roses. And I think some of these, the starts for them, came across the plains in covered wagons.
Yeah.
They sure do smell good.
Tom's standing by the yellow roses.
These are very old-fashioned roses before all those modern roses were developed. And my grandma used to have some like this, and she called them her double roses, and they were real special. And I think they may have been carried across the plains in a covered wagon. Okay, I guess we're ready.
Such pretty yellow roses.
we're leaving Chickahominy Reservoir now, and so we probably won't be back to fish it till the water cools off in the fall. Maybe we'll make it, and that'll give those fish a chance to grow quite a little bit. But if it's real hot and low water, they might not even survive, but hopefully they will, and we can go after them again in the fall. So we're going out in the far eastern corner of Oregon to the desert. This is called Oregon's Forgotten Corner, and we're going to see how the playa settled after the water went off from it. This is a flat playa that it seems like you can almost see the curvature of the earth on it. It's pretty large, and the beauty of it is you can still drive on the playas in most of the state of Oregon. There's a few that you can't, so check the regulations before you do it and use some caution. There's a book somebody wrote someplace that said you don't have to worry about running into things out here. There's nothing on the playa to run into, but that isn't exactly right. There are some rocks. When a rock gets on the playa, then ice freezes around it, and then as the ice melts, the ice lifts a little bit, and it drags the rock across the playa and leaves those famous drag marks like the ones down on the racetrack in Death Valley. So they're quite interesting. It was quite a controversy for a while trying to figure out where on earth those drag tracks came from until these drag marks out on this playa, sometimes the wind will erase them after they've been deposited here, and there's just not as many of them as like on the racetrack because there's no source. Where at the racetrack there's a cliff, there's a constant source of them caving off the cliff, but out here there's no such thing. So if there aren't any rocks out here in the first place, they have no way of getting them. But the wild horses go out here and they leave piles of horse manure which freezes, and then the ice freezes around it and drags them around, and so you'll see trails where this horse manure has been dragged by sheets of ice, and then at the end of the ice where it finally settled and melted, you'll find the pile of horse manure. The Steens Mountains are standing tall and with a little bit of snow on them. It was a real low snow year up on the Steens, so there's not even a normal amount of snow up there. And if this playa is wet when you're driving across it, for gosh sake, don't drive across it, because it can suddenly, you can sink in and you can have the worst day of your life stuck out. There's a throne right here where you can sit and watch out over your empire of cattails and swamp grasses, and also a super nice hot springs. The smaller pool is the hotter, and the larger pool is cooler. After being out on that dusty playa, it's time now to go to the hot springs and see if we can wash off a little bit of that dust. And boy, those are nice hot springs. It sure makes you feel good to get in and out of the hot springs. After the hot springs, Marge decided she wanted to go fishing down on the Owyhee River and see if she can catch some catfish and some bass, which is very good fishing down here by the little desert town of Rome. It takes us only a few minutes to get to Rome, and the Owyhee River has cut a really nice big canyon through here with cliffs all around. We'll take a little dirt and gravel road northward along the Owyhee River for a short distance through the sagebrush and ranch land as we can look over and see the desert town of Rome on our way north. We continue up this dirt and gravel road up the Owyhee Valley with the Owyhee River over on our left, only a few hundred yards. The road forks and we take a left and go down a more bumpy road till we get to the Owyhee River, where we're going to try some fishing. It looks like a great day to be here. It doesn't seem like the wind's blowing much. It might change when we get there, but anyway, we go up and down over some bumps on the road until we get to the river. Once we get down to where there's some small cliffs on our right and the river's on the left, and there's usually always some ravens or magpies or something setting on these rocks, we'll pull off. There's a wide spot in this little 2-track road. We'll pull off and call this the place where we're going to park, and then we'll walk down to the Owyhee River with a few willows along the bank. I've already seen one jump, so it looks a little bit encouraging, and there's a nice reflection in the river. It looks like a great day to be down on this peaceful stretch of nice clean river. There's some trails where people have been walking down. You need to keep that all important weather eye out for a rattlesnake. But we make the trip down to the river, and Marge throws her hook in, and I'll be darned if it isn't a catfish. That's a good start for a day's fishing. And Marge was wanting to catch a catfish really bad. She likes to eat catfish. But it looks like she's not going to eat that one since he got away. So it looks like she's going to have to settle for a smallmouth bass, since that's what she's got now. And not a real large one, but he'll be big enough she can cook him up and he'll taste really good.
It was twisted on the end. Can you untwist it?
Whoop, push it this way a little.
Oh, my pole came apart. That's where I caught the other one. And I've already got a bite. I already got one. Look at that. It's a small one though. They're not very big today. I didn't realize the line was this close by. Just a second. Oh, it's not too bad. Look at that. It's not as small as I thought. Is he on yet? Yeah. There's another one jumping up there where I was fishing. Oh, you lost him. Yeah, he's on. He's not very big, but he's a bass. Oh, there he is. He's not too bad. Look.
Yeah, he's all right.
Huh?
That's all right.
He's a cute. Sure acts like it. I don't think so. I just hit it.
Let him swallow her.
I swallowed it. It's a small one. It just jumped off. But it was a small one. I'll throw out again. He's there. The big ones aren't biting today. Shall I let him go?
If you can.
He's a small one. I don't think I'll keep him. I got to get him off my hook. Oh, he's no small one. He's a nice one. Look at him.
Yeah, he's nice.
See?
Yeah.
Okay, Tom's got one on now.
Oh, it's a catfish.
Oh, you got a catfish?
I think it is.
Well, bring him in.
Not a real big one, though.
Oh, it's a catfish. It's a catfish. Hurry up, it's a nice one. Wow, look at him, bring him up.
Can you get him?
Here. Okay, just a second. Fish.
We're going up in your line now.
What's that?
We're caught in your line.
Look at that nice catfish. Oh, the catfish is backing up. We better catch him.
You get him?
There's the catfish Tom caught. Caught him on a wedding ring. I thought it would be bigger than it was, personally. The way it hit and ran. It's not too bad a size, though. Good thing I got him in. I've only got him by the tip of the nose.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
it's easier to get him off. I just back him off. He couldn't get off very easy.
Here's the pliers.
For a second. I might be able to just pop this off. There. Got him. There. The bass. It's not too bad of a bass. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, that's all
He's a
right.
pretty good size. Bring your line in. Good enough, I guess. There, you get a picture of them?
Yep.
And I never counted how many bass.